Hi movie lovers and welcome to the channel's first video. Today we're recapping 2021's Wrath of Man, starring Jason Statham and directed by Guy Ritchie. Before we get into the video, be sure to like and subscribe. We're in Los Angeles as two security men are heading out on the start of their shift to collect money for cash security firm Fortico. They're ambushed by a heist crew who make light work of breaching the truck to steal any available cash. We're made aware of some commotion during the robbery. We're back at the head offices for Fortico, who help move and store cash for casinos, banks and small businesses. Our protagonist, Patrick Hill, is applying to work for the company. After being accepted to the company, he's put into training with his soon-to-be colleague Hayden, nicknamed Bullet, who nicknames Hill simply H. The following day, the truck is outside a cruise ship, no doubt there to pick up takings from the ship's casino. But after trying to reach Bullet on the radio, sounds of a struggle are heard. Bullet is under threat. In order to save Bullet and in breach of protocol, they follow the voice on the radio to a quiet destination to hand over the money. It's also where we first encounter who appears to be the gang's leader, Post Malone. With no intention of handing over the money, H makes light work of the gang. Back at the offices, bosses and FBI agents ask him to spot any similarities in the armed crew with another similar robbery in which two security guards were killed. The footage clearly touches a nerve with H, but he doesn't reveal it. On a call between FBI agents after the interview, it's revealed there's more to H than meets the eye. He's perhaps ex-special forces or a famous criminal. No sooner is the new hero H back on his next shift, is he ambushed again by a gang. This time is different. Simply at the mere sight of H, the gang decide to walk away immediately. It's now very clear H isn't quite who he's letting on to be. Another Fortico security guard, Dana, charmed by H's abilities and new hero status, takes him back to hers and the two sleep together. In the morning, H interrogates her after finding over $100,000 she'd stolen during a shift. It's now clear he's searching for an inside man working for both Fortico and tipping off gangs on when the next truck full of money is on the move. We cut to 5 months earlier. H meets his son and suddenly receives a call. It turns out H himself is part of a crew observing the security depot researching their next job. He's also part of a crew robbing trucks. H is asked to observe the next truck's movements upon leaving the depot. What we're soon to find out is they're not the only crew watching the truck's movements. We're now following the same heist that we were at the start of the movie. H observes the truck's movements, but a second crew appears to rob the truck. H's son, parked nearby, is seen as a bystander who witnesses the robbery and therefore should be executed to prevent him giving information to the cops. H approaches quickly and sadly witnesses his son's murder before being shot himself. 3 weeks go by and H is in hospital, having miraculously survived the shooting. The news of his son's death is an incredibly hard piece of news to take in. With revenge on the mind, H starts to dig as to who could have been the shooter. He's given a list of names from FBI agent King, played by Andy Garcia. They're clearly working together and swapping information as favours. The list is likely comprised of various ex-special forces men used for each of the robberies. What follows is various tortured dead bodies the FBI catch up to days later, but H's men inform him they can't find the responsible man for his son's murder. H has no intention of slowing down, and when his right-hand man suggests it has to be an inside man working at Fortico, H requests new identity is crafted for him, with all the required papers. Using these documents, he can infiltrate the security firm Fortico he started at, so he can hopefully find the crew responsible via the inside man at Fortico. And now the reason he joined them at the start of the movie is finally made clear. Find the right gang, find the gang member who murdered his son. We cut to a new crew. They're ex-servicemen who have joined together since leaving the service, and with the mounting cost of living and raising families, they have turned to robbing trucks for the money. This is the crew containing the man who killed H's son. We join them on a few jobs that pass without incident, but the payout is just too small. Whilst thinking of new opportunities, the group's leader and former platoon sergeant Jackson Ainsley suggests going after money trucks. It's revealed that they do also indeed have someone on the inside, someone who can inform them of when the large trucks full of money are in transport. After their first cash truck job passes without a hitch, they move on to a much more high-paying job. This second job is the job in which H's son is gunned down at the start of the film. 5 months later, after enough time has passed for things to blow over, one final job is proposed to the men. There's no guarantee of success, but if they manage to pull it off, this could be their last job they can retire on. They just aren't counting on the fact that H will be waiting for them. It's Black Friday and Fortico staff are gearing up for a very busy day. On the way to their first pickup, Bullet knows it's time to come clean that he is in fact the inside man. It's clear today his truck will need to be part of the operation and H will need to be told therefore. He refers back to the incident where the 2 guards and the boy got killed, though Bullet doesn't know it was H's son. The crew are standing by ready. Bullet pulls the truck into a nearby warehouse for the men to board the truck. The truck returns to the depot, it's go time, and the crew are standing by. As soon as the crew make themselves aware, they very easily hand tie a few of the staff members, but a gunfight soon starts when the men in the armory resist and return fire with automatic weapons. They start filling the money bags quickly as they find out SWAT have been called. SWAT is their problem more than standard cops. H eventually gets the distraction he needs to kill the crew member nearest to him and fight back. Putting on the same armour to disguise himself as a robber, H is able to approach and then kill another crew member far more easily. In order to even out the odds, Bullet, technically still a friend to both sides, runs to the remaining Fortico staff and asks for a gun to help fight back. Believing he's still on their side, he's given a firearm and with no hesitation shoots the staff members he's worked with for years. With the truck swiftly filled with the money, the remaining crew members leave and despite being gunned down, it's clear H is still yet to be killed. The crew rigorously plan their escape through an access tunnel not visible on any blueprints. On the brink of death anyway, Sergeant Ainsley tries to pull a gun on Jan but is swiftly neutralised. It's clear it's now become a game of last man standing takes all the money. Bullet and Jan load the bags onto quad bikes, but upon loading the bags, Jan is quicker to draw his gun on the other. Bullet is quickly taken care of. There's nothing the police can now do. Jan has escaped as the last man standing. We cut to his apartment that evening. Miraculously, having survived the shooting, H reveals he's sitting there in the dark, gun in hand and a piece of paper he'd like Jan to read. It's the autopsy report for his son. In a stylish yet very twisted way, H shoots Jan in the same spots his son's body received the bullets. H's son Dougie has been avenged, but perhaps killing Dougie's murderer has done nothing to ease the pain of his loss. Hopefully H will be able to find some sense now of peace. That's all for today's video guys, thanks so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and I'll see you soon for another video.